Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Idubbbz just made a return to the Content Cop, one of the most notorious series on all of YouTube that almost always resulted in actual change on the platform. Although the spirit of his content has completely changed and people are upset about it, I'm honestly pretty excited we get to see something like this again. Since the last Content Cop, I've gotten 2 degrees and had 3 children. A lot has changed and Idubbbz really lost his credibility in the public eye. He did a complete political 180. Most of the internet thinks he's a simp since this girl has an OnlyFans, and he completely lost his edge.
I'm gay.
The last part's definitely a good thing. I'm not going to try to defend this dude's past, but you can't deny the Content Cops were always super high effort. I mean, they had a lot of research, and in my opinion, they seemed pretty objective and fair. When Idubbbz said the return was coming, a lot of people speculated it was going to be on Sam Hyde because it released on his birthday, which might be the best red herring in history, because when this dropped, we got to see Ethan's live reaction.
What happened? There's more bad news?
I do have some more bad news for you. Some breaking news. Your old friend Idubbbz just released a video.
Yeah.
It's about you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. That is the... No, it can't be.
Well.
It actually can't be. Holy fuck, dude.
It sure is.
Oh my God.
This shit was surreal to watch, man. H3 and Idubbbz are longtime friends, and you can see H3's soul absolutely leave his body. He has his hands over his eyes, immediately stimming. You know H3 is pissed and probably coming to the realization that his career will suffer. I really do think Ethan is the perfect person that needs some kind of genuine critique in his life. He's been going on absolute tirades, spreading misinformation upon misinformation.
Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi.
And it's just not good to see. It's such a stark contrast from the unserious and funny videos he used to make years ago. I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of the shit Idubbbz said because you can go watch the video. Also, I'm definitely not going to get into the political stuff. Let's go Palestine, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm just way too uneducated to go in depth. Ethan's reactions to the video are amazing to see, though. He watched it live for about 3 hours and only got through 18 minutes of the hour-long video. I'm surprised he even left the VOD up after all the times he proved Idubbbz's exact points.
I'm talking about walking around Gaza? When I say how great multicultural it is?
We
did
never
you think
defended
that?
how Israel attacked Gaza since October 7th, not even once. We never
I think that's
co-signed what they did.
Is that not the point he's making, though?
How Ethan and Hila are purposely misunderstanding Idubbbz's argument. Ethan hits a button that cuts the stream off. You can't make this shit up. He's literally censoring his own employees in order to maintain some semblance of a positive image within his community. So this just goes to show how Ethan has some kind of understanding of the harm he causes. I have no idea if he's fully aware of how bad of a person he is, but I would have just assumed he's completely blind to it. I think he's just a super sensitive guy that should not be making political content. All the news he hears is spewed by idiots, which H3, another idiot, just spreads even further. And a lot of the people in his community are aware of this, so they go and exploit his vulnerability when it comes to hate. He really does take on some kind of dictatorship role in his community. H3 requires anyone associated with them to defend every piece of criticism he receives, and on top of that, his employees absolutely must agree with him. It's like Ethan wants to hide his sensitivity from everyone, so he resorts to treating them like children. My guy, you have 3 kids. Act like a grown adult, man.
I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators.
Get some help?
Wow.
Like, who are you to... are you actually serious right now?
Wow.
He's doing the get some help thing? Which, by the way, he knows because I'm friends with him about, like, my struggles with mental health and what I've been through and how I've treated it and stuff. And, like, this whole get help thing, like, holy shit, talk about fucking, like, gaslighting or crazy making.
Everybody who immediately calls gaslighting on a statement without hearing it all the way out first is someone who can't accept the reality of the situation. He immediately plays victim and acts like you shouldn't tell someone they need help, when honestly, that's the best looking out for you anyone has done in years. Like, come on, man. You pushed everyone away, and one of your oldest YouTube friends is genuinely telling you you need some help or something. This is much more tame than I would have been if Ethan did shit like that to me in front of everyone. One of the biggest criticisms I saw is that Idubbbz said he regretted the old Content Cops, yet he came out with another one. About that, I just don't get why people think there's not a world where you can make a better Content Cop that doesn't have the same issues of the past. Like, there is the possibility of change, you know? With all that being said, I don't think Idubbbz content cop was perfect. He definitely leaned too hard into the I have no enemies cliche. There could have been a better balance between bullying the guy and telling him he could do better. Say what you will about bullying, but that shit works. But that's just nitpicking. There was one point in the video that I did disagree with.
There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun.
So Ethan equates this tier list as a ranking of Arab to Jews, and Idubbbz equates this to a big joke. While their intention in making the tier list is to be a joke and kind of show who's an ally and who's not, I think they made a huge lapse in judgment when creating it. The bottom tier is called Love's Sabra, which is really plain Jane, like a no-flavor hummus that sucks. And it's also a term for people born in Israel, which I'm not sure if they were even aware of. Habibi is an Arabic word with a lot of cultural ties in the Middle East, but I just don't see how they could have not understood the interpretations people could have made. Ethan severely blows it out of proportion, of course, but I definitely think the tier list was in poor choice. You know, because they're treating it like the N-word. Even though it has like cultural ties, it's just a normal part of the language. Like, it seems weird to imply someone couldn't say Habibi if they weren't born in an Arabic speaking household or like Arabic adjacent. And it's even weirder to imply that when they have thinks it's a slur on the tier list itself. Overall, it wasn't a bad intention list, it was just in poor taste. Another thing in the video that didn't sit right with me is how Idubbbz kind of dick sucks Hassan the whole time. I just don't like that guy. Like, not for his political views, just how he carries himself and how he actually reports on the news. But that's just nitpicking. It doesn't really affect the video that much.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like, if you come to their defense, that doesn't always help them.
This is probably the reason Idubbbz is so sympathetic to Ethan. You know, they both got girls that talk too much and get them into some deep shit. But I think it's really funny Idubbbz hones in on the forgiveness thing a lot, since Idubbbz definitely needs that forgiveness for anyone to take what he's saying seriously. This is a huge day for the leftists who were edgy teens in 2017, which is exactly the type of person that would love this video. I think it's so funny how a lot of people shitting on the content cop itself are so afraid to admit that they watched the video. Like, this tweet is, I was skipping to random parts of the H3H3 content cop and landed on Idubbbz in tears over being a couple online and seeing your partner get hate. Like, bro, you were not skipping through it. Like, this is at the very end. Like, you had to have watched the whole thing and gotten here and then tried to shit on him for crying. It's such a weird thing to do. And we also have this one here where the guy, like, just shits on the video and then at the end says, this dude has lost the plot. Which is a direct reference to the content cop itself. Like, he's not, like, he's saying that as a joke about something that Idubbbz said. It just makes no sense how they want everyone to think they hate this guy so much. Anyways, that's about it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see ya.